I was in a secret relationship with my boss, then I found out I wasn't the only one. He wasn't just my boss, he was the boss. Young, magnetic, dangerously confident. Women in the office didn't even hide it. They laughed harder when he joked, wore lipstick when he was around, and always stood a little too close when handing him papers. And me? I kept my head down, answered his emails, organized his meetings, took his coffee the way he liked. 2 sugars, no cream, just like his lies. But when the building emptied and the lights went dim, everything changed. We didn't meet in his office right away. It started with him asking me to stay late. Once, then again, then every night after that. Always with some excuse. I need help organizing this. Or, we've got that pitch coming up. I thought I was just good at my job. I didn't realize I was being reeled in. Then one night, I turned around from the printer and he was there, closer than I expected, eyes softer than usual. "You work too hard," he whispered. Then he kissed me. It wasn't desperate, it was calculated. Like he knew I wouldn't pull away. And he was right. I didn't. After that, everything changed. We never talked about what we were. No labels, no promises. Just late-night touches and half-hidden smiles in the morning. "Keep it quiet," he told me. "It's better this way." And I agreed. Because loving him in secret felt better than not having him at all. Or at least, that's what I told myself. During the day, he was a different person. The confident, charming boss everyone adored. I'd sit quietly at my desk, pretending not to notice the way he joked with the other girls in the office. But they noticed. They always did. He'd make small talk with his secretary, always leaning in a little too close, eyes lingering just a little too long. The way he'd touch the shoulder of the intern as she handed him reports, just a light, playful tap, but it was enough to make my stomach twist. But I told myself it meant nothing. He was just a flirt. That's who he was. It was part of his charm. And yet, every time he brushed off their advances with a smirk and a laugh, I couldn't help but feel like a fool. I was his secret, the one he'd sneak into his office when the doors were locked, the one he whispered sweet nothings to in the dark. But the moment the sun came up, I was invisible, just another employee in the sea of faces he flirted with, kissed and forgot. I began to wonder, was I really special to him, or was I just another part of the game? It started with lipstick, not mine. I didn't say anything at first. I told myself it was nothing, just some girl who got too close. But then there were the little things, the forgotten earring on his desk, a soft fragrance on his shirt that didn't belong to me, the way his gaze lingered on another woman at the office party. It was like someone was slowly pulling the rug out from under me, and I was too scared to look down, to see how far I was falling. I confronted him one night, just after we'd finished our usual routine. The kisses, the soft words, the promises of, "This is real." I asked, "Is it just me?" He looked at me with that usual half smile. "Of course, it's just you," he lied. "What's with the jealousy?" But it didn't feel right anymore. His words didn't match his actions. The lies started to weigh heavier, and each night I stayed longer in his office, the more distant I felt. Was I really special? Or was I just another notch on his belt? One night, I stayed later than usual. The office was dead quiet, just the hum of the printer and the soft tap of my keyboard filling the room. That's when I saw it, his computer screen. It was unlocked, and the chat window was open. I didn't want to snoop, but my fingers betrayed me. I clicked. Messages, dozens, from her, from them. Words I'd heard him whisper to me were written there. "You're the one I want. I'll see you tonight." And then I saw it. Another name. Another message from a different woman. Last night was incredible. I shut the screen off, but it didn't stop the pain from settling in my chest. How many secrets was he keeping? How many lies did he tell, each one wrapped in a kiss, each one given with the same sweet words? I didn't say anything. Not right away. I stayed late. I watched him. I kept pretending. Each time he smiled at me, I pretended it was enough. Each time he brushed off another girl's advances, I convinced myself it was just part of the game. But it wasn't. It was all manipulation. I wanted to confront him, to scream and demand the truth, but something inside me was terrified of losing what little I had left with him, our secret. So I stayed silent. And with every silent day, the lies piled up and the pain got worse. It was a text from an unknown number. "You're not the only one." He said the same things to me. Attached was a photo of him, with her, kissing her the way he kissed me, the way I thought he only kissed me. My heart stopped. The tears came, hot and uncontrollable. I threw my phone on the couch, pacing the room. I felt nothing. I didn't even want revenge. I just wanted to understand how I'd allowed myself to believe I was special when I was just another part of his game. The next day, I walked into his office. "You need to explain this," I said, voice trembling but firm. He looked up from his desk, feigning innocence. "What are you talking about?" I showed him the picture, the one with her. His face didn't change. He leaned back in his chair, sighing. "You're overreacting. That's just one of my many clients. It's not like what we have." I wanted to slap him, but instead I laughed. It wasn't funny, but it was the only thing I could do to stop myself from screaming. "Done. This is over," I said, turning on my heel. He didn't try to stop me. It turned out I wasn't the only one collecting evidence. Elise, the woman from the photo, came forward. She wasn't the only one. Several other women, all with their own stories, shared the same pattern: promises of commitment, secret rendezvous, and lies masked as affection. The company launched an internal investigation. HR got involved. He couldn't charm his way out of this one. What's worse? His actions came with consequences. The investigation revealed that his manipulation of the women in the office wasn't just a matter of bad relationships. It was harassment. The board had no choice but to fire him. Suspended pending investigation, his office now empty, the seat behind his desk vacant for the first time in years. The whispers started. They didn't stop. People who once admired him turned away. Colleagues who saw his charm as power now saw him for what he was, just a man with a broken mask. Karma was here, and it was taking no prisoners. It took time, but I started fresh. New job, new city, a life without the weight of his lies. He emailed me once, apologizing. He said he missed me. He said he regretted everything. I didn't reply, and I never would, because the truth was simple. I didn't need him, not anymore, and that was the greatest freedom of all.